You're watching ThoughtCast. I'm Jenny Attia, and I'm at the Nieman Foundation's annual conference on narrative journalism. This year it's titled Telling True Stories in Turbulent Times. Turbulent times, you said it.
A lot of people come to this conference and view it as an island in the storm. A lot of people get into journalism because they want to write, they want to tell stories. And narrative journalism is one tool that journalists have in their toolbox to tell stories. And it's one that's a bit more artful. And they also feel that narrative writing is under threat because a good narrative story sometimes takes longer than a sort of traditional newspaper story. And in these times of economic stress, the things that take longer are often the things that end up getting cut from the budget.
So today, journalists are in the doghouse, if we still have a house, that is. But what is it exactly that we're doing wrong?
I think journalists are doing wrong what we always have done for hundreds of years, which is to not have enough skepticism, not be tough enough towards people in power.
But would doing our jobs better allow us to hold on to them? Would that keep bureaus from shrinking and readers from running to the web?
First of all, I think it's not journalists under fire so much as a failed business model. And so, yes, more readers are migrating to the web, and we need to join them. Now we just need to figure out how to make that profitable.
So is there a way to convince people to pay for media that they now get for free?
Well, that's the question, isn't it? And we made a mistake in this profession. The business managers made a mistake in giving the online content for free. I'm not sure how that's going to be resolved. There's been some discussion that perhaps the only way that's going to solve it is for all the newspapers to join in an agreement that everyone's going to start charging for online content.
Change is coming.
Not too long ago, the New York Times charged for premium content on their website, but then they chickened out. What's more, they've added extra online features, also for free. Is this the future? And if so, how does online storytelling stack up?
The fundamental difference of a story on the web, I think, is really length. And so you've got to be shorter, and you've got to tell your story in a much more, narrative becomes even more important. You have to make sure that every second has narrative tension in it so people won't click away from what you're doing. So the craft of narrative is really important. You have to tease people in the first 15 seconds to make something work.
Uh-oh, this piece has gone on for far too long already, so I'd better sign off before I lose whatever narrative tension I've got left. For ThoughtCast, I'm Jenny Attia.